Radio. Good evening, everybody. So, have we all calmed down from our win away? Now, what I want to show you is these are the two magpies that are on the merchandise, which is in Paul Gallant 365 shop.fourthwall.com. Okay, now there is a link at the bottom of my videos, but what I want to show you is this Visual Studio there, and Effects House there. Then I want to show you Metaspark Studio there, Blender 4.1 there. Then we have Unity Hub there, and obviously Discord, that is for Fourth Wall, and gaming. Now the gaming is going to switch, and how the gaming's going to switch is this. Basically, I have the Xbox Series X in the bedroom to watch on the 55-inch LG. Now, what I'm looking at doing is all of those things that I've just showed you on the desktop. The special ones is Unity and Blender, and the reason why with Metaspark Studio, so them all linked together. Now with the Visual Studio, I also have something called React, and I also have NPM. Now, as I'm doing this course to do with coding in JavaScript, the coding is going to be through Visual Studio, but I also have on the computer GitHub as well as Remix IDE. Now the reason why that's important is because of this. The projects which I'm looking at doing, I said to you in a previous video, of a new form of social media. Now, I came across something, and that something is this. Let's move that across to there a second. Get me little box. There we go. So there's the box. Okay. So all those different things I've just showed you on the desktop. What's happened about 45 minutes ago was I now have access to advertising, which means in the videos there will be advertisements in the videos. That was just unlocked 45, maybe 50 minutes ago. Now the learning on Udemy with HTML5 for the web pages, get the certificates for that, and then the CSS, and there's some other components as well, as like the main learning is going to be JavaScript, which is I actually writing code and verifying the code, debugging, all that sort of malarkey. Now, as we progress towards Christmas and beyond, the hope is that I will be doing tests on Udemy, hopefully getting good marks in doing those tests. And then there's a thing which I came across, which is Next.js, which is obviously JavaScript. And with that, it's on about a full stack. Now, I didn't quite understand what a full stack meant, but the full stack is going to be useful because of one of my pages that is on Facebook. And that's PETA Highway. PETA meaning very large data. And that's going to be good because at the end of the day, it's got to be built. It doesn't exist at the moment, just an idea. But the idea has the potential to make a lot of money. And because everybody uses data, I eat data myself with the videos which I upload to YouTube, and you yourself who are watching this, well, you probably go through a lot of data as well. And the good thing is this, that as I learn, you get to see what I'm doing. And because you get to see what I'm doing, then somebody like somewhere in the UK can use what I'm doing as a test bed when they're trying something. Because in one of my songs is Pushing the Limits. And pushing the limits is pushing yourself to achieve something that you haven't done before. I.e., in my case, that's coding. And getting the certificate for JavaScript, let's get it right. Getting the certificate for that, and then speaking to Rob about Solidity, or maybe Patrick, and saying to, like, watching Patrick for, say, a full weekend, then opening up Remix or GitHub, and then putting each of the assets into there, testing it, send it to be tested, comes back with a tick, then it goes on to the exchanges. Now, this could take between now and April, but the more I do the course, the more I learn. And because I'm writing stuff down on paper, as I'm writing it down, I'm learning. And where the full stack is concerned, that by itself is this. Is building the next form of Facebook and TikTok. The one I mentioned to you before, PETA Highway, well, that's already on Facebook. It's been on there for some time now. And it's a brand new form of data. So you'd have to go back through to my videos to West Denton to actually see where the idea came from. So, because the idea was born when I lived in West Denton, when I was a bus driver, and I woke up from a dream. I wrote it down, because that's what I do. I dream these things up, I write them down on a bit of paper, and then I try to put it into practice. But back then, when I was up in Newcastle, I didn't know naught about JavaScript. I didn't even know what the word was. However, through the Udemy course, it is possible. And the video I watched on Saturday night, it's 5 hours long. And it's basically building from nothing a full stack. And it's got so many bits to it that I haven't even got to some of the bits. But it's about building your main page with your logo, your SVG, and your other bit, which is your sign up, registration, login, details. And that's where you're creating a database. And from that database, he goes through all of the different parts, and it is huge. But from what I was watching on Saturday night, I think it's achievable. Now, you saw on the desktop Unity, you saw Spark AR, and you saw Effects House. Well, Effects House, that is TikTok. That's where you can create new custom emojis, things like that. But the Spark is, I think, where you manipulate the camera in a space. Same with Blender. Same thing. You can do it on both. But I didn't understand when you have the boxes and you have the wire from one box to another. And somehow it's called your front end to your back end to your API. It's all figured out within that space. So things are moving forward. And the good part is this. As I'm doing the Udemy course, going through each of the modules, I'm doing the homework on the side for the full stack. So it'll be an hour of one, or 2 or 3 hours of one, and then 2 or 3 hours of the other. So both get built at the same time. And when they get published, you get to see the results. That way, as I said to you with the NFTs, which are on OpenSea, I can create new NFTs, which are carousel based, and the music, well, if this pays off with the course, all the certificates, the full stack, etc., where the music's concerned, i.e. all of the songs, the money will be there to hire a studio in Nottingham, and once the studio is bought and paid for, and get local artists to come in, session musicians, they do the backing bit while I do the front bit, and hopefully get 12 songs nailed down and then recorded properly. So that's all to come. And 2025, yeah, it should be really good, because there'll be certificates, there'll be the full stack of this new form of social media, and the hope is that with the full stack we'll be able to do Peta Highway properly. So makes you wonder, doesn't it? And what I'm also going to do with my videos is an intro where I'm speaking about whatever the content of the video is, and an outro, and that'll be using YouTube Studio, and that way hopefully it'll be a little bit better and polished. And the adverts I'm going to be doing is for PC Specialist and other United Kingdom businesses. That way they might earn a nice little income where they can hire more workers. So there you go. I mean, that's a lot. Yes, it is. But it's a plan. And it's better to have a plan than not. So just wanted to come on and tell you that, because like I say, and show you what's on the desktop screen of the laptop, and hopefully early next year or round about September time next year, I can switch over to gaming, not on the Xbox, on PC. And I have to learn how to game on a PC, because I've never used a keyboard apart from typing out letters, which my ex used to do a spell check on. She wouldn't let me send anything until she'd done the spell check, because obviously we're going to that many different schools. My grammar, it ain't the best, but I now have Grammarly, so I get a little red line under words, and it's not perfect what I do, but I'm trying. And the hope is that between now and my birthday, you can see some of the certificates as they come through the letterbox. And you'll also see the videos where Rob's asked me to do some work, I've done the work, and you get to see it. That way, the hope is I get more subscribers, I grow the channel, I get better equipment, better than the camera that's shooting this video right now, which is a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I get some, better stuff, including fix me car, get that back on the road so I can come up to Newcastle for games, and video content outside of the store, outside of the St James's Park, and different places. So there's a lot to come. And it can only get better. That's all I'll say to you. And it has been a bit of a long video. Yeah. But I thought I'd come in and tell you the good news. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. And the best bit, spread the word. Because this is one heck of a journey. And you know what the best bit is? If I can get the crack of solidity, then the 9 assets can become 20 assets. So, you heard it here first. And to one special person, you know who you are. Let me just tell you this. Currently, Bitcoin and Ethereum are riding high. Why am I telling you that? Because an ERC20 is Ethereum based product. So when you start shouting your mouth off, just remember an Ethereum based product that is going to the market will make money. Thanks for watching.